He is the, I believe, former lightweight MFC champ. Hopefully I can ask and make good news to that. Antonio McKee is joining us now. So, Antonio, are you on the line, man?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right, so now we got you on the line. Apologize about that before. I mean, I think the switchboard was acting up a bit, so I didn't really think something was a little faulty, but yeah. All right, so now that we got you on the line, so big question. Sorry about that. Big question. Did you call out Sean Shirk and BJ Penn in the UFC to sort of mix things up, or did you really want to challenge yourself against those guys?
Come on, man. I mean, that's a self-answer question. Look, I haven't lost in 7 years. I'm on an 8-year win streak. I fought at 170, 155, 185. I'm really just looking to experience the best fighters in the world. I don't care who it is. I fight you. It doesn't matter. I don't look at, is this guy pound for pound the best fighter? I feel I'm pound for pound the best fighter in the world. I mean, I haven't been tested, and so realizing that, Mark Tevin has done a lot for me in the MFC and he's given me the opportunity to work out the kinks and the bugs. But everybody, all my fans, they've been waiting. They've been waiting for me to get to the UFC. Guys that have rolled with BJ, that have rolled with Sean Shirk, they've rolled with me and they go, man, dude, you would crush these guys. You're on a whole nother page. So really, it's more of an ego. I just want to test myself and see where I'm at. That's it. I'm 40 years old in the lightweight division, and I'm whooping ass. So I just want to feel what it's like to feel the best fighters in the world. That's it. I'm going to get the better 155 in the UFC. You watch. Everybody that's been knowing me, and supporting me, they're waiting. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be fun. So I fight January 1st. I've got Jacob Christmas Folkman, which ain't no Christmas in January. So he's going to have a problem with me. And you know what? After I beat this dude up and make it look easy, I think I'm going to get the attention of a lot of people.
Well, I definitely think you're going to get the attention. I mean, this is on an important day, New Year's Eve card. A lot of people are going to be tuning in for this one. So I'll ask my last question before I pass it over to my co-host. With you making a UFC debut at age 40, do you think that would be more of an advantage or disadvantage going into the, I guess you call upper echelon of that division on the other side of your career?
Is that what you believe? That's the only best fighting organization in the world? I mean, if you took all 155 pounders in the world and you lined them up.
For lightweights?
Yeah.
For lightweights,
you lined them up. You line them all up. I guarantee you the top 3 may be in there, but the other 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys, they get their asses mopped. I've already beat up a bunch of guys that's fought in the UFC for the title. I mean, Joe Daddy Stevenson, he's cool, but I would have did it in the same way BJ did it. So I can't look at that fight and say, well, how good would Joe do against, how good would BJ do against me? Because BJ's made him look the same way I make him look. I take him down, play with him. I mean, there's a couple other names, I ain't going to get into detail because I don't want to put their business out there, but I just want to be tested. I've got nothing to lose at my age. I've been in the best shape of everyone that I've fought. I've never been on my back. I've never been tired in a fight. I haven't been submitted in over 10 years. I haven't lost in over 7 years. You tell me. I ain't ran from nobody. I'll fight anybody that tell me to fight. You think I negotiated with the UFC with my first opponent? I don't care. I'm going to wreck the show. Exciting?
Well,
that all depends on what you like, But my style of fighting hasn't been the most exciting, but I've been putting some other arsenals together. Boy. You see the last 2 fights, they ain't went past the first round, and it's getting worse and worse. So I think we all know what's coming.
All right, so I'll pass it over to my co-host, Benji. Benji, you got the floor, homie.
Oh, well, again, thank you very much for coming on the show. And you're a very big figure in the sport, very polarizing, controversial, some some people don't like you because maybe you call people out, you might talk smack, but, I mean...
At the end of the day, I back that shit up, don't I?
Exactly. Took the words out of my fucking mouth. No one likes someone that talks shit and don't back it up, and you do. So, yeah, people like seeing that, and, like, there's a whole controversy going on with wrestlers just laying and praying. Your man's going to shoot in, take someone down, beat the piss out of their face.
Have you watched any of my fights? Have you ever seen me holding on somebody? Have you seen me hold on somebody? Them motherfuckers are putting me in a triangle guard when I get on top of them. You don't understand why they're doing that, but I tell you what, you ain't seen me hold nobody. You be seeing me trying to posture up and knock their liver out.
I hear you, man. It broke my heart when you beat Garrett Noble. And being from Charleston, Illinois, he's a Charleston, Illinois native. I was like, damn, it broke my heart. This guy's got to be a genuine badass to do so.
Okay, now what did I do with him? They said, oh, McKee won't stand up with him. McKee won't stand up with him. What I did, I kept most of the fight on the feet. And he couldn't hit me. So it wasn't like I was running from him either. I just know that this sport, I love the sport. I think the lack of knowledge in the sport kind of takes away from my gifts. But at the same time, at the end of the night, my paycheck said win or lose. And it's been saying win for the longest.
And I tell you, I'm very excited to see your UFC debut because I know there's big things coming from you. You got people that want to hate on you or want to try and shit on your cookies, but no, sir, I see definite big things, and I can't wait to see you get in there and actually prove why the UFC wants you to be there and why you are a legitimate beast. Definitely looking forward to it, but to change gears real quick, good sir, change gears. Last question for you. I've been looking up stuff about you because I didn't want you to come on the radio show and here I sound like a goddamn dumbass not talking about anything I know. So I was looking up videos, found interviews from you like, was it 3-4 years ago, and you had talked about competing at a community college, junior college level, going undefeated, then, doing the 2 years of community, then afterwards opening and I don't mean to misquote you, but opening a ghetto bakery, perhaps?
No, a ghetto bakery?
I don't know. This was an interview by Alicia O. Many years ago, I believe, at Grappler's Quest.
I think I might have just been acting silly. I opened up a chain of communication stores and a stereo shop. I was a electrician by trade, and I converted that into the stereo business. And so I started installing stereos, alarms, cell phones, etc. And I opened up like 4 shops at one time.
Thank you very much
pretty busy.
For clearing that up, because I thought you said bakery. I was like, holy shit, the dude's making bread and donuts and stuff? That makes me like it even more. Okay, thank you for clearing that up, because I was like, holy shit. But, okay, all right, okay. Thank you very much. Like I say, I'm much appreciated for you being on the show, and all the best of luck in your debut, because I know you're a legitimate beast, and people do not want to fuck with you at all.
Hey, you know what? I am looking forward to going into the UFC and smashing ass. Everyone knows it. I've been fighting in rings. That ain't my style. My style is the cage. The last 2 fights, the last fight I split a guy head open. The fight before that, I ripped the guy's shoulder, dislocated his elbow. I think people think I'm serious now. And each time I've created some type of personal injury to somebody, I feel bad about that, but this is what I want to see. I've held back for quite a while. I tried to be a gentleman. I kept my mouth shut. Nothing was accomplished. Now they let the nigga out of the neighborhood. I'm acting up now, so just get ready for everything that's coming. No disrespect, because at the end of the day, I'm a professional outside the ring. As you can see that, I walk around with class. I'm not acting up. I'm not doing some of the things I see other fighters do. I'm not on steroids. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the clean champion of this sport. So people at the end of the day say, wow, he's 40 years old and he's still doing it. It's amazing.
Indeed.
That's
know where
what's
you're
up,
stepping in. And all the best of luck, good sir.
All right, well, Antonio, I got another co-host that has a few questions for you. So, Evan, go ahead, man.
First off, Antonio, just want to say happy to have you on the show, man. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks.
Yeah, my first question for you, like you mentioned, you haven't lost in a long, long time. I think your debut in the UFC has been long overdue. How sweet is it for you to finally be in the UFC?
You know what, brother, it feels so good, and I'm so glad that it took some time to do it, but the good thing about it is that I've preserved myself. I haven't took a lot of trauma. I haven't took a lot of face punching. My body's healed. I'm stronger than ever. I'm looking forward to going in there, and I'm telling you, y'all going to see a bunch of shit going on because I'm supposed to whoop some ass and take some names.
I definitely believe
you know what? I told everybody about the Azevedo fight. Azevedo, I'm going to retire McKee. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that to McKee. But you see what happened in that fight? He didn't even have a fucking chance. I went right through his ass like he was diarrhea coming out of the back of a truck ass. You know what I mean? This Christmas guy, all respect to the fighters afterwards, but right now, they got a nigga on a mission. And people get mad at me when I use the word nigga. I'm like, look here. Nigga to me is different than what other people say. I told y'all it's a term of endearment, loyalty, and strife and struggle. And that's what I needed before I was an educated black man. I have money, I own property. I mean, I was doing everything right. I was this black man that was trying to oppose professional environment and pillar of the community. Check this out. Excuse my language. Fuck that shit. I'm finna beat the crap out of some people. And I'm on a rampage right now. Everybody know it. And the people that know me, they're all saying the same thing. They're like, boy, they got a problem. And that's all I can say is get your tape out and get your tape recorders ready because I'm going to have a lot of shit to talk before and after the fight.
Yeah, for sure. I believe everything you're saying. I saw your last fight with Luis Azevedo. You made very quick work of him and dominated him. But now your next opponent, as you mentioned, is Jacob Volkman. Just want to get your general thoughts on him and how you match up against him and how you expect the fight to go.
Well, you know what? I respect him as a wrestler because, of course, wrestlers seem to have the edge in this sport. But there's not a wrestler in MMA that can out-wrestle me. From Tito Ortiz all the way down to Rampage, Randy Couture, to whoever. There's not a wrestler in there that can out-wrestle me. And we can put money on that. And I think everyone that's trained with me, everyone that knows, will tell you that. McKee is the best wrestler now. The other thing here is converting your wrestling for MMA. I've had 10 years to work on this. Volkman is 11-2. He's been training, but he ain't been through the stuff I've been through. He hasn't dealt with the jiu-jitsu that I've dealt with. He hasn't converted over yet. The second thing is he's not athletic at all. This guy is clumsy. He trips over his own feet when he comes forward. He's really not a true southpaw. He wrestles southpaw. He's extremely strong. A lot of people underestimate his ability and his strength. But what I'm talking about, it's a different game when you're in there with somebody that's athletic, strong, and fast, and powerful. So a lot of people think we're going to go in here and wrestle. I'm going to knock this guy out, and this is going to shock everybody. Remember, I told you I was going to stop Azevedo in the first or second round, or I would retire. I stopped him in the first round. I'm going to knock this guy out. I'm telling you, I'm going to knock him out. Put it on every post, every wall, every Facebook. McKee is going to knock out Christmas because it is a new year. His name is Christmas, but it's a new year. January 1st, I'm letting the sparks and the dogs out. Now, remember, I told you what I was going to do before. I'm telling you what I'm going to do again. And in a minute, this is going to be no coincidence. People love me now because they say, man, McKee's finally coming out of his shell. And he's that guy that he used to be in high school. Winning for me is a tradition. This isn't new for me. I went in wrestling 164-0. Who does that? Who starts wrestling in the 9th grade and wins 3 state championships in a row and go undefeated? Okay, guys have been wrestling since they were babies. Who gets out of jail and wins a state championship? Not once, but 3 times. You think I learned the first 2 times I went to jail, huh? But I didn't. But it's okay. Because I'm mature, I help people now that are in the situation that I was in. I try to mentor people and keep them out of trouble. That's why in my school I get the bad guys. I get the guys that are on edge that are barely staying free, and I work with these guys and I show them there's